Have you ever played a game, and suddenly you weren't just playing anymore? You were feeling everything the character felt? Their pain, their hopes, their battles. This isn't just a game. This is connection. And it's the reason why some games don't just create players. They create armies of loyal fans. Today, we're diving deep into how empathy and relatable storytelling have built some of the biggest fandoms in gaming history. Welcome to Mystery Shack, where mind-blowing facts and untold mysteries come alive. Here, curiosity isn't just encouraged, it's celebrated. Get ready to see the world a little differently. So, what exactly is identification? It's a word we hear often in psychology, but most people don't realize how deep it actually goes. Identification isn't just about admiring someone or liking their traits. It's about something much more powerful, absorbing them, taking parts of their struggles, their emotions, even their flaws, and weaving them into our own self-image. According to Freud, identification is one of the most powerful psychological processes. In his early theories, Freud described it as a fundamental building block of human personality. It's the way we learn who we are. It's the quiet, invisible force that shapes how we think, behave, and connect with others, often without us even realizing it. It's when you unconsciously absorb someone else's emotions, traits, or struggles and make them part of your own identity. You don't just understand their pain, you carry it with you. You don't just admire their courage, you feel it flicker inside your own chest. In childhood, we identify with our parents, copying their behavior to learn how to survive. A child watches their mother or father handle fear, love, anger, and internalizes it. Not just the actions, but the emotional blueprints behind them. But in adulthood, we often identify with fictional characters in books, movies, and especially games. As we grow, we seek new reflections of ourselves. Sometimes we find them in a hero fighting against impossible odds. Sometimes in a flawed character trying to do the right thing. And sometimes in a tragic figure who mirrors our deepest fears. Identification bridges the gap between me and them. It tears down the invisible walls that separate my life from their story. It invites us to step into another soul, and in doing so, discover new corners of our own. It transforms someone else's journey into my journey. Video games are uniquely powerful at triggering identification, even more than movies, books, or TV. Think about it. In a movie, you're a spectator. In a game, you're a participant. You make the choices. You take the risks. You suffer the consequences. In The Last of Us, when Joel faces impossible decisions that tear him apart, you feel every ounce of that burden. In Red Dead Redemption 2, when Arthur Morgan battles guilt, regret, and redemption as death closes in, you're the one walking that dusty road with him, feeling the weight with every step. In Life is Strange, when Max must choose between saving Chloe or saving an entire town, that choice doesn't just stay on the screen, it stays in your soul. You're not just watching these moments, you're living them. And when you live through something, you never forget it. You carry it with you, just like real-life memories. That's why a great game doesn't just end when the credits roll. It lingers. It echoes. Sometimes it even haunts you in the best possible way. When identification is strong enough, something magical happens. It's no longer just entertainment. It becomes memory. It becomes part of who we are. We carry the emotions beyond the screen into our real-world hearts. Players don't just finish the game and walk away. They linger. They replay scenes in their minds late at night. They wonder about characters' fates long after the credits roll. They feel a bittersweet ache, a longing to return to a world that felt somehow like home. They carry the story inside them, like a favorite book from childhood, like a song that reminds you of someone you once loved. The story becomes a piece of their emotional history. They want to stay in that world. They seek ways to return, even when the game is over. They search for communities, forums, videos, fan projects, anything that keeps the world alive in their minds. They create art, write fan fiction, cosplay, share theories. They pour their creativity into the worlds they loved, sketching scenes that never existed, writing what-if endings, building theories that unravel hidden meanings, cosplaying not just for fun, but to become the character they love, even if just for a moment. They form communities around their shared emotional experiences, communities where people say, "I felt that too," where strangers become friends because of a bond forged in virtual battles and heartbreaks. That's how fandoms are born. Fandoms aren't just built on hype or graphics. They are born in the silent places of the heart, in moments of genuine emotion that demand to be shared. Not just because a game is cool, but because it touched something real inside us. That's why storytelling matters in games. It's not a bonus feature. It's the very soul of the experience. A great story gives weight to every action, meaning to every challenge, and heart to every battle. Graphics are amazing. Gameplay is important. We all appreciate stunning visuals. We all love satisfying mechanics. But without a story that breathes, without characters who feel like they bleed when they're wounded, the experience fades faster than we realize. But without emotional storytelling, there's no identification. Without a heart beating inside the game, the connection slips away. You can admire a game's design, but you love a story that breaks and mends your heart. Without identification, there's no lasting love, no memory that pulls you back years later, no ache of nostalgia when you hear the theme music, no instant emotional punch when you see a single screenshot. The greatest games, the ones we never forget, understand that. They know it's not enough to be impressive. They must be intimate. They must dare to touch something raw and true inside us. They don't just give us action, they give us humanity. They remind us why we cry, why we hope, why we fight, even in worlds made of pixels and code. When a game taps into universal emotions, love, loss, fear, hope, it connects to the deepest parts of us. It reaches across barriers of language, culture, and even time. It speaks the only language that matters, the language of the heart. And once you've felt that, you never see that game the same way again. So the next time you find yourself crying over a fictional character, or feeling proud of a victory that only exists in pixels, or grieving a choice you couldn't undo, remember, it's not just a game. It's a mirror held up to the parts of ourselves we sometimes forget to see. It's a reflection of what it means to be human. Our fears, our hopes, our heartbreaks, our bravery. all woven into digital dreams that feel more real than anything outside the screen. Now, I want to hear from you. Which game character did you connect with the most? Was it Joel, Arthur, Ellie, Chloe? Tell me in the comments. I'll be reading all of them. And if you enjoyed this journey into the psychology of gaming, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who loves the world of gaming.